Alright, back with problem 5 from the practice test. This is a pretty difficult problem. It's looking for the minimum x value of this function f of x here. So in order to look for a minimum, we're going to need to find f prime first. So f prime of x, no chains, no product rules, no quotient rules, strictly power rules. So it's going to be 6x squared minus 6x minus 12. So now we're going to look to factor this. Why are we factoring it? Because we want to see the values that make this equal to 0, and factoring is going to be an easy way to do that. So we're going to take out a 6 from everything. We're going to have x squared minus x minus 2, if I did that correctly. Factoring out this quadratic a little more, we're going to have x minus 2x plus 1. So now we have our two critical points of x equals 2 and x equals negative 1. And what we need to do now is figure out which one's a minimum. Minimum is going to happen when f prime of x changes from, lost that for a second, f prime of x changes from negative to positive, understanding that this would be a min value. So we need to see when our derivative, which we just found, this is still f prime of x, changes from negative to positive. Now, we could plug in values, but that's going to take us too long, especially on a multiple choice problem where time is certainly an issue. So instead we're going to think about what this looks like. It's a positive quadratic function. And if we think about this value right here being negative 1, and this value right here being 2, when does this function change from negative to positive? Well, we can see that happens at 2. Right here we're negative, right here we're positive. So our answer choice is going to be 2. It's nice that we don't have to plug the value back in. They're looking for when the minimum occurs, at what x value. They don't necessarily care what the actual value is itself. Alright, pretty challenging problem, derivative application problem that we definitely need to work on. You will see one of these problems on the AP exam, and most likely you'll see them on a multiple choice problem, and have to apply them also on a free response problem. Alright, we'll see you back to problem 6.